Yo, what's up? What's up?
Aquí ya,
So,
preparándome.
first, my name is Edgar. I'm originally from Oakland, California, born and raised. I'm living here in Davis. I'm studying sociology and psychology. I'm studying that because I want to understand and I want to be able to provide knowledge to my community. I want to be able to
No creo
understand
que
how to
vaya en
beat this
tiempo.
game of life, how to overcome all these obstacles that have been set for marginalized communities. And I want to go back home and teach my people step by step how to make it to the next place. I hope if will be back here when I'm entering the stage and everyone's looking at me. My life has never been easy. I've been through ups and downs. I've been through a lot of challenges. I had to face a lot of adversity to be here, a lot of challenges. And I always like to reflect back of where I came from, because that's really important to me. Just always thinking back to who I was before being in this position, right? Obviously, I'm at UC Davis. I'm obviously somewhere better that I never imagined myself to be 4 years ago. In the position that I was in 4 years ago, I was in a really dark place. Like, just trying to understand who I am and who I want to become. Even to this day, I'm not sure who I'm going to become. I'm not sure what impact I'm going to leave. I'm not sure if I'll even be successful, or, we don't even know what success looks like. To my head, success is, not having to worry about money, because I never had money growing up. I had to sacrifice a lot. I had to work a lot. Oh, I could do that. I could go live too on my phone for the ones who can't make it.
Bro, go live and I'll share it, bro.
It's a great feeling to be
Aquí ya
back
estoy,
here.
voy a-
I remember my senior year, right before COVID happened, I had an assembly and I was sitting behind the stage, reciting this poem over and over in my head. And I'm like, damn, I'm not ready to perform this. I kept on rehearsing it, and I couldn't hit this line, and I didn't have some parts memorized. And just reflecting back to when I first started to where I'm at right now, it's powerful. It's like, damn. Sometimes it's not even about the performance, it's about the experience. It's about what I really want to put out there. So I'm gonna get this
Down there,
money.
but
I think I'm gonna perform in that area if you want to get it down there.
okay.
We can post up down there. This poem is dedicated to my mom, to appreciate her hard work, to appreciate everything she's done for me to be here, for my siblings to be where they are today. This is all because of everything I've seen growing up and all the struggles I've faced. So, educate yourself goes like this.
Moving on from that, the next performer means a lot to me, man. This next performer is a brother to me in more ways than one. So please, everybody, please give a warm welcome to Edgar Galvez, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yo, guys. What you carry in your head, no one can take that away. A saying that my father always used to say. I grew up in a place with limitations. From a family that wasn't fortunate to go to school, come some circumstances that deprived us from gaining knowledge. Childhoods were erased. At the age of 8, boys would turn into men, and girls would turn into strong, independent women. The only thing we remember playing was who would get a job first, because that was the only way out of poverty, but just to survive. Any sense doing up for the night. Sometimes the growl of an empty stomach would be the songs to put us to bed. Next morning up by 6 a.m., ready to take any demands, no matter the conditions. But we'd forcefully show up with a smile on our face, full of bullshit. But this lifestyle wasn't a choice, but it was inherited from past generations, unable to wake up from this reality. But my parents had a choice to seek a brighter dream, not so dark, like the one they have been living in, a cloud full of lightnings and storms. So they migrated to the land of opportunities, the land of happiness and success. Yet they didn't realize they needed a basic foundation of education. This has turned into the lands of fears and desperation, hungry to obtain any money possible to try to survive.
3 years ago.
Like if they were a newborn baby searching for their mamas as they cried. But their voices were silenced, duct taped and stapled till they wouldn't speak.
I thought y'all had left already.
You see, mom came all this way to end up on the same page of the book, just in another language of the unknown land. Dad hears some familiar tones and words coming out of people's voices as words dancing his vocal cords. Words attempted coming out of his, but the only words that come out were foreign. Because in this new land, this language has been banished and forgotten. We all want to obtain a better life, but at what cost? Thoughts ran through their mind faster than a bullet. Thoughts of regret and sadness. Thoughts of why the hell am I here? And wishing they could actually take that bullet. Because there isn't a handbook that showed people how to fit in, but they managed to handcraft one of their own. To assimilate is to fit into a new culture, a new zone, a new identity. A mask we wear over our faces so we won't be recognized. So the only thing that follows us is our shadow. So now we're stuck on the idea that we're all on our own. So we disguise ourselves from feeling marginalized and alone. So a plant goes into a tree. It begins from the roots. It begins to expand its branches and grow leaves. Just like humans go from children to adults. The only ones who survive are the only ones who fit in. Survival of the fittest, like Darwin said. But what is the problem with this, people ask? I'll tell you what the problem is. Roots are being cut and branches are being grown too short. The leaves are falling off trees as many stories go untold. We begin to forget where we came from. Las palabras, the words that ancestors used to say. Traditions are being thrown and are being shown. And if you didn't know, you must let this be known before we lose our real throne. You see, Mom and Dad emphasize education so much because they have experienced not the American dream, but the American nightmare. A dream that's on haunts us to this day. A dream that repeats itself over and over. I close my eyes, but it's still there. I ask myself why. Is education so important? But I realized I'm the living answer. I'm the answer to this question because education will ensure that I have the knowledge to maneuver around this unknown puzzle filled with injustices and pieces that won't fit all the time. Because that never fitted for me or my family. But education will be the key for me to reshape these pieces, to reshape my future, and to uprise the seas, to see the highest tides will turn on the people that never believed in me. Because I promised my mama that I wouldn't be another statistic, that my beautiful brown body wouldn't be laying on the ground. A beautiful complexion and system I failed to build. I will not be another page of the book. I'll create a new chapter. A chapter where I get to rise higher than ever before. A chapter of a young man sharing his story up on stage without forgetting his real roots, his real home. Because what you carry in your head, no one can take that away. Porque lo que llevas en la cabeza, nadie te lo puede quitar.